Welcome in our mathematics class. Let's recall our topic last week by playing a games versus joinmyquiz.com. So I show you the code how to join myquiz.com. And here it is that is only an example. We're going to play this. We are waiting for the host to start. So let's see. Where is the timer? All right, so we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So these are the some questions. What is the complete factored form of z squared negative 16? And the answer is t. And then for the next questions, I am the leaderboard there. You will see your score after you answer the question. And the next questions here, what is the GCF of x squared and x9 or x squared and x raised to 9? There are some features. Alright, so let's go to the next questions. And there are, what are the complete factors of the polynomial 7x minus 7? And the answer is B, but it's not. The correct answer is letter A. That's why it's wrong. And you will see again the score there. The next questions, which of the following is a perfect score expressions? And she answers letter D. And moving on, and there's a number 5 questions, which of the following is expanded form of quantity x minus 5 squared? And I think that is only a 60 seconds. There is a timer. And that is the playing a game for the recalling. We're done in our games, which is the recalling. Now we're here on module 2. That's all about solving problems involving factors of polynomial. After going through this module, you are expected to recall the different techniques of factoring polynomials and apply the concept of factoring in solving related problems. And the last one, describe the importance of understanding factoring in its application to real life. Now, these are the tips. The first one, write an equation that represents the given information. Second, follow the rules of polynomial equation by factoring. Recite, for example, x plus y equals 0. And that is a zero product property. Number 3, check the reasonableness of answers. For further, let us add up in our list of things to remember the following properties, which will help you justify every step in your solution. These are the MPE or multiplication property of equality, the AIP or additive inverse property. Another one is additive identity property, then multiplicative inverse property, multiplicative identity property, commutative property of additions, addition property of equality or APE, and there's a lot. That is subtraction property of equality or SPE. And that's it. Those are the tips to solve the problems of factoring in polynomials. Let's have the problem number 1. The area of a square is numerically equal to 50 times its perimeter. Find the length of the side of the square. So take note, we have the area of the square here, and that's equal to 50 times its perimeter. So these are the steps. Solution step 1. Let S be the length of the side of a square. Step 2. Translate what you are representing in words into mathematical expressions. And this is the area of a square with side S is A equals to S squared. And its perimeter is P, which is 4S. Although there's not mentioning in the problem what is the formula of the area of the square and the perimeter. But we know that already that area of the square has the formula of S squared and the perimeter P, which is equals to 4S. So S squared equals 50, which is mentioning here that's 50 times its perimeter. So the perimeter here is a 4S. Times means you have to multiply. Step 3. S squared equals 50 times 4S. And then we're going to multiply the 50 and 4S here. So it becomes 200S. Now place all polynomials on one side of the equations and set to 0. And that is. Next, we're going to factor the polynomial. As you can see, this is the common monomial factor. Let's get first the GCF. And the GCF is S. And the other factors here is quantity S minus 200. Then let's write equals 0. Next, let's use the zero product property. S equals 0 and S negative 200 equals 0. Next step, let's apply the addition property of equality. S minus 200 equals 0. So let's add 200 both sides and then cancel this. And then in the resulting equations, we have the answer, which is S equals to 0. That is from this. And from this one, the answer here is S equals 200. Now the final answer is the length of the side of the square is 200 units. 0 is not included to the length of the side of the square. Let's have the problem number 2. Suppose that 6 times the cube of a number equals 54 times the number. Find the number. So these are the solutions. Step 1, let x be the number. Step 2, translate what you are representing in words into mathematical expressions. 6x cubed, and that is talking about here. And then the equal 54 times, that is equals 54x. Step 3, let's write first 6x cubed equals 54x. Then place all polynomials on one side of the equation and set to 0. Then factor the polynomials. As you can see here, this is the common monomial factor. And our GCF here is 6x. The other factors is quantity x squared negative 9. Then let's set 0. That's equal to 0. and use the zero product property. 6x equals 0, then x equals 0. Then we have x squared negative 9 equals 0. And this one can be applied factor the polynomial. And this is the difference of two squares. Now we have the quantity x minus 3, quantity x plus 3 equals 0. Now let's apply the zero product property. Quantity x minus 3 equals 0 and quantity x plus 3 equals 0. Then let's use the addition property of equality from this. Add 3 both sides, then cancel out. And the next subtraction property of equality, we have negative 3, subtract both sides, negative 3, and then cancel out. Then we get numbers. This is x equals to 0 from here. And the answer from here is this, x equals 3. And the answer from this is x equals negative 3. Problem number 3. The area of a square is 25y squared negative 100y plus 100 square units. What is the length of the side? So these are the solutions. Step 1. Let y be the length of size of the square. Step 2. Write the equation based on the given information, which is 25y squared negative 100y plus 100 equals 0. Step 3. Just write the original one. Factor the polynomial, and that is quantity 5y minus 10, quantity 5y minus 10. As you can see, this equation is the perfect square trinomial. So it can be factored, then just write equals 0. And then let's write zero product property here. And same here. And then let's use the addition property of equality. 5 equals to 10. This is the shortcut. We have to transpose negative 10 to the other side, to the right side. It becomes positive 10. Or we can use the addition property of equality here. That's why we have this. And then we use the division property of equality, or you can use multiplicative property of equality. But I use here the division property of equality. So let's divide this one both sides by 5, then cancel 5. And also here, okay, now this is the resulting of equations. We have y equals 2 and the other one is y equals 2. That is same. So, but here the answer here is y equals 2. Now, do you have any questions from the given examples? Okay, so let's go on. If there is no question, let's go on to the next one. So let's try this. Solve word problems involving factoring of polynomials. So this is a square. The square of a number is 20 more than 8 times the number. Find the number. So I give you only a second to answer this and then tell me what is your answer. Then I'm going to show you the solution after this. You can check your solution if that is correct. Alright, so this is the answer. The numbers are negative 2 or 10. Let's check. Let Z be the number. So we're going to do the step 1 first. Then for step 2, let's write this in mathematical equations. Z squared equals 8z plus 20. And then zero product property, we're going to write it and then apply the factoring polynomial. And then after that, zero product property of equality, a property here. And then let's use this one. Use the addition property of equality from this, and this is subtraction property of equality. So we have the answer that is z equals 10 and z equals to negative 2. Let's try again this. The length of a rectangular table is 8 more than the width. If the area is 180 meters squared, find the length and the width. So what's your answer? The width of the table is 10 meters, while its length is 18 meters. Let's see the solutions. Length L and the width W. This is the area, which is length times width, or we can write as area equals L times W. Then let's write the area is 180 as mentioned here. And then we have the W plus 8 times W. Where do you get the W plus 8 here? That is 8 is more than the width. And then we have the length of the rectangular, which is W. Now let's set this 0. Place all the polynomials. Then let's set to 0. And then after that, do not forget the 180 when you transpose to the other side, so it becomes a negative because this is positive. You have to change the sign. And this one you have to multiply it first. W times W, W squared, then 8 times W, positive 8W. Next, factor this using the general trinomial. And then after that, let's use the zero product property. And then using the addition property of equality and subtraction property of equality, we get this answer. 18, negative 18, and 10. And why is it here is a positive 18? Why it is not negative 18? Okay, we're just asking about the width and the length only. Even it is a negative sign, we're going to write it a numbers which is a positive. Okay, that's clear. Now it's your turn. You're going to join my quiz.com today for your quiz, and let's see what is your score after this. Let's have this. All right. And our timer will start to 1, 0. And this is the first question. 49 less than the square of a number equals 0. Find the number. So I answer here the letter B. Then the next one, the area of a square. What is the measure of its side? Then for question number 4. Alright, so that is a perfect. Okay, we're done in our quiz. So that's a great score. Now we have the assignments. And our assignments is assignment number 3. Solve the factoring of polynomials. You have to show your solutions. That's 5 points each. And our due date is October 2, 2021. That is Saturday. So that is our topic. See you next meeting.